Support WrestleTalk!
Enable notifications.
It's that time of year again. The time of 10-second countdowns and grating buzzer sounds. The sort of thing that gives Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins haunting flashbacks. Yes, it's the Royal Rumble, the annual over-the-top rope spot fest. Kofi's on a chair. We laugh and forget how they always massively sag in the middle. To be perfectly honest though, the Rumble is always a pretty good laugh, and like last year, we'll be treated to two in both men's and women's flavours. The matches themselves are always packed with exciting face-offs, feud-starting eliminations, and most importantly, surprise entrance, which is really good because this is a rumours and surprise video, and it's good to have lots of things to choose from, otherwise it's really hard to do 10 things. So let's get cracking. I'm Laurie Blake, and here are the 10 biggest Royal Rumble rumours. Number 10, The Rock. In 2011, when WWE needed a boost for its falling ratings and heavily criticised weekly programming, they turned to a man who had transcended wrestling to become the biggest star in Hollywood. The Rock. The Great One returned to the promotion in a non-wrestling capacity and caused a significant ratings surge. Over the following 2 years, he headlined WrestleMania twice against John Cena, captured the WWE title, and helped the promotion shatter buy rate records. WWE now needs him again. Raw and SmackDown have often been painful experiences in 2018, if we're being honest, and that has been reflected in rapidly falling ratings and increased fan unrest against the product, which you can see in the uptick of CM Punk chants. So Rock's name has been bandied about as a potential WrestleMania headliner, with talk doing the rounds that he would face cousin Roman Reigns at the Super Show and put him over. Obviously that's unlikely to happen now due to Roman Reigns' illness, but that does not mean The Rock will not wrestle on the show as a headline attraction. And what better way to bring him back than as a surprise winner of the Royal Rumble, granting him a WWE title showdown against either Daniel Bryan or Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. The latter is a match WWE have wanted to do for years. Their only previous singles meeting occurred in 2002 when Lesnar won his first title. So this match would be huge and a clear headline attraction for Mania. Number 9, Hulk Hogan. The near-endless will he, won't he probably shouldn't saga over Hulk Hogan's WWE return finally came to an end at Hell in a Cell when the promotion confirmed on the pre-show that he was back with the company. Not everyone in the locker room was happy about that, as you probably heard, and you can probably imagine, but that's really another story. Hogan returned to our screens though at Crown Jewel, the event where WWE knew there would be the least possible backlash against him as he cut world's most generic promo to open the show. Brother. Funnily enough, he's not been seen since, as WWE is handling his reintroduction with kid gloves. But it is only a matter of time, you've got to imagine, before he becomes a regular fixture again. And with WrestleMania season coming up, could WWE be tempted to give Hogan one final run in order to ensure that his in-ring career ends with them rather than over in Impact Wrestling, as it currently seems like it might be? It's kind of unlikely, but then again, so was Goldberg wrestling again, and he ended up winning the Universal title not very long ago. And also, perhaps even more unlikely, was the return to the ring of Shawn Michaels, and that happened too on the same one that Hogan came back on. Wrestling is weird now, so basically don't rule out a Hogan Rumble cameo. Number 8, Shawn Michaels. Speaking of Shawn, the much ballyhooed return of the Heartbreak Kid was something most wrestling fans never thought they would see, and now never think they will unsee. Because his retirement actually seemed pretty nailed on. After all, how could he ever top going out to his greatest rival in one of the all-time great matches at one of the biggest events of all time? He probably couldn't, but he was paid enough money to wrestle at Crown Jewel that he probably didn't have to worry about silly little things like his legacy or credibility. And anyway, now that Shawn has done one match, he might as well just do more. After all, he's a fiercely proud in-ring competitor, so he's unlikely to want the woeful Crown Jewel main event to be the final image that fans have of his career. Michaels did state though after Crown Jewel that he was unlikely to wrestle again because the match took a toll on his body. We've heard that kind of thing before, and that is exactly what he would say if he wanted to keep his actual return a surprise. If Michaels is gonna wrestle again, Michaels is probably gonna wrestle at WrestleMania. After all, he is Mr. WrestleMania, and that show desperately needs some star power now that it has lost 2 of its proposed main events due to Roman Reigns' illness and Triple H's injury. Michaels could well enter the Rumble, eliminate The Undertaker, and begin their storied rivalry all over again. Number 7, AJ to win. Predicting the winner of the Rumble can often be a rather predictably easy task. Everyone knew Batista and Roman Reigns were going to win in 2014 and 2015. However, WWE has been known to throw in the odd curveball on occasion. And because of those aforementioned injuries causing a bit of a shake-up to the WWE roster and all the future booking plans, picking a winner for the 2019 Royal Rumble was not exactly easy this time. If we were going to go with a safe option though, AJ Styles would be a good man to back. The former WWE champion was scheduled to wrestle Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series until just days before the event when he lost the title to Daniel Bryan. Which is weird because AJ has unfinished business with the Beast. And given that he's been a SmackDown exclusive for over 2 years, it may be time for a shake-up. Because if Styles wins the Rumble and topples Lesnar for the Universal title at Mania, the whole complexion of WWE magically changes overnight. Number 6, Braun to win. The monster among men is well practiced in Rumbles, having won the mammoth 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble in April to grant him a shiny green belt that lives in Saudi Arabia. But regardless of whether he's got his little green belt, Strowman seems like an obvious choice to win the real Rumble if he enters it. After all, who on the roster could possibly throw him out given how he's been booked in recent months? The big question mark over all of this though is whether Braun will actually be in the match at all, because WWE are currently promoting a Lesnar-Strowman match for Royal Rumble anyway. The precedent with Roman Reigns though has shown that being in a title match doesn't exactly prevent entry into the Rumble match though. So it's not exactly impossible that Braun fails against Lesnar, then wins the Rumble to earn another shot against him. Number 5, Drew to win. The Drew McIntyre in WWE today could not be further removed from the leather pants wearing comedy act 3-man band. This Drew is a vicious killer, a man to be feared and taken seriously. And WWE has certainly taken his push seriously. They've been protecting Drew from doing jobs and portraying him as a cut above the rest. Drew has future world champion written all over him. So he'll obviously be a strong favourite going into the Royal Rumble match. The result likely depends on what happens when Strowman and Lesnar collide again and whether the world just implodes under the force of 2 huge slabs of meat banging together. Because if Strowman wins the title and Lesnar moves on to something else at WrestleMania, then Drew is an obvious choice to go against the monster among men given their interactions on Raw at the back end of 2018. And a Rumble win would be well earned and much deserved for the Scottish psychopath. Number 4, Seth to win. A report from Dave Meltzer stated that the planned opponent for Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania was Seth Rollins, suggesting that the architect could be in line for his first Royal Rumble victory. Rollins and Lesnar met once before while Rollins was WWE champion, but the match never actually reached a conclusion due to interference from The Undertaker. The other time they were in the ring together was a very brief 3-way in the main event of WrestleMania 31, where Rollins famously cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase during the scheduled Lesnar-Reigns main event to steal his first world title. Jump to several years later and Rollins isn't stealing anything more and is perhaps the most popular babyface on the entire roster. WWE could finally get their big babyface win at WrestleMania over Lesnar and crown a hard-working Rollins as the Universal Champion, and then the belt can appear every week. And considering the incredible year that Rollins has had and how blooming good he is, it's difficult to argue against the logic of this scenario. Number 3, more mystery women. The first ever Women's Royal Rumble match provided a host of surprise returns, with almost half of the match featuring female wrestling stars from the past, or indeed the future, courtesy of NXT. 1 year later, the WWE women's rosters on Raw and SmackDown are still not exactly large enough to support a 30-woman Rumble alone. So it seems inevitable that WWE will go back to the well again for the 2019 match. Of course, in this regard, the promotion does kind of risk overdoing it, because in addition to the Rumble featuring several returning names, the Evolution Battle Royal was also full of familiar faces from the past, several of whom were very popular with the really rowdy crowd. But then again, they kind of have to, because they ain't got 30 women, so it's basically a given that they'll go that route this time again. Number 2, The Undertaker. The dead man will seemingly never be allowed to rest by WWE. In 2018, he wrestled more high-profile televised matches than he has in several years. The Undertaker's last Rumble appearance, though, was in the 2017 bout, during which he had a much-discussed first time ever showdown with Goldberg that teased a match that sadly, or perhaps mercifully considering this year, never happened. Undertaker wrestling at WrestleMania 35 is basically near enough set in stone, and the Royal Rumble is often a place where matches are made for the annual Super Show. With Undertaker's appearances on TV fairly limited these days and his interaction with others rare, this would be a perfect opportunity to get the ball rolling on his WrestleMania program. Say, I don't know, with Shawn Michaels perhaps. Number 1, John Cena. Cometh the WrestleMania season, cometh the man. John Cena has barely been a part of WWE in 2018, and because of that, the product, ratings, and live event attendance have all suffered. The promotion pretty much needs him back in the game, and the Royal Rumble is the perfect place to reintroduce him to the TV audience. Cena has not done anything meaningful in the world of wrestling in some time. He did appear in last year's Rumble and reached the final few. Then he went to WrestleMania as a fan and got creamed by The Undertaker in a brief and really rather impromptu match. Following that, he beat Triple H in a nothing bout at the Greatest Royal Rumble and made a fleeting appearance at Super Showdown that was notably overshadowed by his JBL hair. Basically, Cena deserves better, and with WWE so short on stars these days, it'll likely get better as this year's WrestleMania finally comes into focus. And the cool thing is there are plenty of people on the roster that Cena has not worked with before, so a fresh matchup with a motivated Big Match John at WrestleMania would be great to see, and the Rumble is absolutely the place to start weaving that thread. The Royal Rumble match will no doubt start off 2019 with some absolute insanity. But what insane moments did WWE manage in 2018? Click the video on screen now to see Luke's rundown of the 10 most insane moments. And why don't you give us a subscribe to stay up to date on all of the latest wrestling news? I've been El Fakador, and that was Lucha.